They have been barking. We actually casted them last week. They did not quite take the dub last week, but they did have a fairly decent showing, I would say so myself. And we'll see if they can actually get the dub this time around as we're getting started on Demon Deus. Luke, Breezy Breezy, and Stealth Rock, formerly known as Shape Shifting. I'm still going to call him Shape. I do not care. And Nikki Twisty versus Weston. Interesting comps here. We have the Juno Juliet on Demon Deus with a Finny. I mean, I guess they're just looking to push it in.
Yeah, definitely. Just all core control. No, they've got a lot of damage coming out of the Finny, and I do expect to see some dash punch KOs here and there. So a lot of the core control pressure is going to be on Shape this game, and Juno is a good pick to do it. And boom, they just funneled that guy right into the wall. 1 KO. And again, I expect to see a whole lot of those out of this team, but I think that there's a very obvious damage pressure coming out from Dogs, and if they're able to get it online, able to get it going, it's another one of those games where nothing matters until set 3. Set 3 is when the game's going to be decided, and we'll see what happens until then.
Yeah, we'll have to see. It's just going to be which players can individually, show off and show out. And honestly, I feel like this early game, I can't help but think that the Juno with the Juliet has a little bit more of an edge since the Estelle hasn't quite scaled up yet. You get caught without a couple abilities, longer cooldowns, it's easier to score on them, especially if you're Threezy Breeze. You're looking for the dash punch, but no, a great flip from Weston going to be denying that one. But there it is, no energy and little cooldowns on the Estelle. If they get another push here, I think that they can get the point at the very least. But no, there's Twisty getting near the barrier. It is going to be a close first point. In this one, we might be in for the long haul, Yoshi, because this is, I have a feeling, going to go long on every single point. But we have to see here because the goals are finally coming in here. Twisty finds the top corner.
Yeah, not what I would expect out of that point, but a nice find from Twisty there. And I think that what we're looking at, this Estelle goalie obviously puts up a lot of forward pressure. It has a lot of presence in the midfield, and I think Weston's '1 goal is to keep the ball away from Threezy Breezy, because if he gets the ball, it's kind of curtains for him. Like, you're Juliet. You're going to be putting the ball in through the Estelle, no questions asked. So it almost feels like Weston's going up against Shape here in the player matchups, and been doing a really good job so far. The barriers went down early that last point, but Weston was able to hold the open net long enough for the Dogs to get that goal. And 2 barriers right away, a big goal, a great combo move coming out from the Dogs forward pair. And I don't know, I was with you. I thought the Juno Juliet looked phenomenal in these early sets, but obviously the Dogs have a little bit to say about that.
I mean, the weakness of early Finny, I guess, is starting to show when you don't have a lot of those awakenings to help, kind of make your defense a little bit better. You can just get punished like that. That was just one big play that ended the entire point by itself in very, very short amount of time. So we'll have to see if Bomba can, kind of give it right back to him. But failing the kill on Nikki is not the greatest start. Dash punch going through, not going to be really amounting to much, but a great shot from Luke. Going to be denied by Weston, but Threezy Breezy's on the line, puts it in right past him. A great stop from Weston initially, but just couldn't quite get it out of the net.
Yeah, very well played. A phenomenal save right there. But again, it's Threezy on the Julie just exerting so much pressure on the line, able to just be in the right spot, hold his strike, and wait. And boom! Twisty has been big finished off the field right away. Big Finny plays. And I think Dogs, if you look at all their games, oh my god. They run very explosive comps, very burst heavy. They're going to be jumping in and making very flashy big plays. We're seeing Bombardiers with a much more stable comp, but I think so far it's been coming back to bite them because Dogs have been getting their big plays. 1 goal away from getting the whole set. They're going to need a little bit of consistency if they want to bring it back, bring us to a 0.5.
I mean, got to warm up a little bit too, right? Threezy Breezy, after playing with him for, a season, I definitely know, me included, definitely some players that need a set to warm up a little bit, but Threezy Breezy looking possibly for the kill here on the Nikki. We'll have to see when the dash punch is back up. Punches not quite there. The ultimate is not enough to finish the kill. Nikki getting tossed around everywhere. Threezy Breezy pops the energy burst, and it looks like the core got lost in all of that because it just floats into the bottom corner. That's going to be a dog first set of the game.
Quite literally lost in the sauce. And Weston, the Prophet, here on the Estelle, getting first pick. And I'm looking at Inner Focus. I think Estelle's one of those characters where there's like things like dash range or heavy impact CDR are always going to be nice, but there's not a whole lot of like this is a great Estelle awakening. I do think Inner Focus though is just so much value on every character. Going to be going first pick. Timeless Creator though. Uh-oh. That's that's the
It's
exact
starting.
Finny scaling that you want
beginning.
to see. Today, every 25 seconds, I'm going to drop a big circle on your big circle barriers, and you're going to have to suck it up. And I think the Estelle is not the right character to be sucking it up. So
No.
we'll have to see how much value it's able to get. So far, it did get some barriers at that last point, but obviously didn't win them the set. So we'll have to see how much they're able to get off this Timeless Creator and everything else they have going for them.
You know, the two caveats to that, right, is Timeless Creator's probably, you know, it's not Monu, right? It's not quite as bad. It's definitely not fun. It's still very good, but I think it's not quite as difficult to hit it through. And Estelle does just barely have the tools to get rid of it, but she needs 2 abilities for it, right? It's not like an Amy or a Vice where they just can't deal with it at all, right? So there definitely are tools for it, but we're already seeing the barriers go down here, so it's not going to matter on this point quite yet. Nikki does have that energy burst. We'll have to see if she can actually make it, you know, take advantage of it. But no, trying to look for the KO. Shape's going to be living for now. Gets the orb. Is going to be back in business. The triple defense from Dog is trying to stabilize the map right now, but 3Z Breezy just picks it right in between them. I mean, I don't even know how the core got to him, but he puts it in the bottom corner all the same. That's going to be first point over to Bomba. I'm not quite sure what happened there with Dogs.
Hey, yeah, Bomba just able to squeeze it, you know, right between the legs kind of thing. And I'm looking at the rest of the draft. We saw both brawlers pick up size. Obviously, Kazan going to be appreciating that a lot. I think if I'm Bomba, I'd be kind of worried about that because the barriers have been going down pretty easily. I say that Luke's holding this second barrier like a hero, so oh, what do I know? But I think in the open net, this extra size Kazan is going to be even more threatening than it was before. Big KO coming out from Twisty right there. The barrier held, and I don't know. Bomba was able to seal out that last point, but I'm really favoring the Dogs here in kind of everything that they have. Their whole game plan, it seems to be going really well.
I think it's definitely harder to deal with in terms of execution, but if you can deal with it, there's a lot more, I guess, checkmates, I feel like, that Bomba has, right? I feel, you know, if Estelle is losing a couple abilities or if they can get some good chip damage and keep the defense up, there's not really an easy way for Dogs to get that barrier or even to score on this Finny, right? But we'll have to see, because not every game is perfect. Not everybody plays perfect, and there's a lot of explosive play making opportunities for Dogs to have. It looks like the power play is going to be gone, but not before 3Z Breezy puts a beautiful shot on the top side there after the pass from Shape. STK, he put it on just for me. I love that one as he, you know, gets it right past Weston. That's going to be 2-0. I mean, a much better start to the set.
Yeah, I think you might have been onto something about warming up because Bomba is just looking incredibly clean here, getting everything done. C3Z taking a lot of damage, and I think both brawlers are pretty vulnerable to the damage here. And as I say that, hey, Mickey Minolin taken down, not quite the brawler, but still a power play for Bomba. And I'm talking earlier about how Dogs have a lot of scaling potential. They're the team to watch on set 3, but I don't know. It's looking like Bomba is coming into their own as a threat. They'll definitely be having a lot of, or be looking for a lot of these KOs, and I think it'll be really valuable. I think Dogs, if they don't have all 3 members of their team, it's going to be really hard to get anything done as we see big KO. Great shot from Luke right there. Just an immaculate play from the box. Going to be winning Bomba that set right there. Boom.
Unfortunate strike shot from Weston there. We're going to glaze right past it and go on to the good play there that we saw from Luke. Takes the early strike, gets the primary onto Nikki, and then doesn't even care about losing the strike war because Luke has the flip not only to get the save, but to kill Nikki and then shoot it on the top side. It happened to go in. Unfortunate play there, but beautiful job from Luke. And taking a look at the draft here, getting rewarded with that extra special is beautiful.
Yeah, extra special is exactly what Luke was looking for. That's going to be... This is the reason you pick Finny on the map. You get a ton of ults onto the barrier, boom, just start taking them down. I am seeing heavy impact on Weston here. I think that's going to be a lot of value. I don't know if it's going to be enough to weather all of these Finny ults really, but I think that's going to be a very, very nice pickup. And prime time on Shape here is that much more control, more potential for trying to knock people out with all the knockback that Julie primary has, or Juno primary. But so far, Threezy Breezy taken down. A lot of damage onto Weston and Twisty, but we'll have to see if they're able to capitalize on it.
We'll see if they can capitalize on this play here. They get the barrier as dogs are primed and ready to look for this goal, but Threezy Breezy almost gets the kill onto Twisty. No, the twin drive actually allows him to secure the kill. Flip onto Luke, going to be putting it topside again, and it seems like Weston just cannot keep that topside safe. That flip onto the top corner there, I mean, really just seems to be the weakness so far, as there's no abilities on the Estelle left.
Yeah, it feels like they have enough to break through the Estelle now. And so even with Inner Focus, even with Heavy Impact, and obviously Inner Focus is going to take a little bit to stack. He's probably not quite up. We'll have more CDR in the future, but it's just not looking like enough. Bomba is just overwhelming the dogs here with their comp, and that's Inner Focus gone.
Inner Focus is gone. We'll see if the dogs can save this predicament. No shots in hell as Luke puts that big finish on the ground, keeps it right in the goal, and Threezy Breezy, all he has to do is tap it in. It's going to be 2-0, and it seems like Bomba are just storming through this game now after that little bit of a rocky first set, but it's just all gas, no brakes at this current moment. Shape puts it on the top corner with the flip. Threezy Breezy has that flip available as well, can look for a kill. Just goes for the stun there, gets a little bit of damage as well. Definitely nothing too bad as they get the barrier out of it. A Shape on the Juno keeps putting these cores right to the Juliet, exactly where Threezy Breezy wants them. The big finish, almost getting a kill, but not quite as Twisty gets low, but it's still going to be staying on the map for now. A great hook, great strike to get the first barrier, but dogs are going to have a lot to do on this point in order to come back so far, but the core is just staying forward. Threezy Breezy with the, oh no, the strike shot, actually going to be saving it for now. Great job from Weston to just keeping this goal open for as long as humanly possible. But I don't know if he can keep it there. And oh my goodness, the switch up, the slow mode on the core, going to be going right past Weston, who struck a little early on that one.
Yeah, unfortunate slow roller for the dogs, but we're just seeing Bomba steamroll right now.
Yeah.
They hopped in their big construction machine and are leveling the playing field. That's going to be a bulk of Julie. I think we're really just seeing a ton of damage come out from Luke. He's got all of these big finishes. The triple takes are debuffing. That whole last point, I don't think there was a single member on dogs who had a full health bar for more than 2 or 3 seconds. Everyone was chipped, everyone was half health. It was agony.
And that's the cool part about Finny, is that you don't really need any other damage characters. I mean, Juno does a little bit of damage passively, Juliet can finish kills, but Finny's all the damage you need for the most part, as long as she's not just getting sat on by an X or something, right? And when these health bars are just disappearing like that, at Threezy Breezy getting bulk up as well now, means that he can basically just one-shot somebody by himself. So the damage, explosive comp that dogs have is starting to backfire because they just don't have the stability to stay alive for as long as these points they need to, right? And they don't have the way to kill either. So I don't really know their game plan to win this. They're going to need a miracle, I think, in order to break through this one. And it all starts with the first barrier. Let's see if they can get the second one on this attack. But a great job from Threezy Breezy and all of Bomba's defensive squad. No, Nikki just barely misses that last barrier, maybe in a little bit of a panic on that bottom side. And that's all Threezy Breezy needs to put it in the top side. Weston was everything out of abilities there. I mean, just absolutely nothing you can do. I feel like they just gotten outscaled at this point.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. It feels like they just have the dogs' defense cracked, and with no way to really hold on long enough to get the offenses that they need, like you said, they're gonna need a miracle. They're gonna need some big plays if they want to get things going. Until then, it's another open net situation, and I think the Estelle favors this here. But again, like, your midfielder is dying, the Juliet is encroaching. I don't know what you do.
Shout out to Shape this game, by the way. Stealth Rock is really, putting the core, putting the rock in Threezy Breezy's hands. I mean, I would love to be the Juliet in this game. It just feels so easy, just standing on the midfielder, on the goalie, wherever really you want to, and just finding a dash punch. The core is always going to come to you. This feels great if you are the brawler for Bomba, and Luke doing a great job as well, keeping that core away from the barrier, even with the limited tools that he has on this defensive Finny character. We'll have to see if he can keep it away for now. Loses one barrier, but gets a kill in turn. 3Z Breezy with the dash punch manages to secure it. Now they have the bit of a power play. They start with, oh, dash punch not quite going to be able to kill there, but they still are on the power play. Twisty has to flip it to get it out. The power play is now over, but the barrier is gone, and it looks like Dogs get the KO of their own. Finally, a bit of a break for them as they can play a bit of offense instead of sitting all on defense this whole game long with 3Z Breezy trying to possess the core in the middle for as long as possible. And no, gets a kill, and it looks like the power play's going on the other side. 3Z Breezy open net, but no, he misses the strike on the core flip and does not find a corner. He doesn't find anything there, but the core is still in Bomba's hands. They have time to do something with it, but Nikki Middleton is back on the pitch. We'll see if she can make an impact here on this Amy, but Luke is so calm, so in control of his own net. We'll see if he can keep that going, or is Twisty gonna win this 1v1? No, it's not. The primary from Luke is just completely destroying this game, but Twisty finds the slam, puts Luke in the back of his own net, and finds the goal. That's something for Dogs. They found one.
They found one. They got one big boom right there. I feel like they got a lot of offensive chances, more so than they have up to this point, and so Luke just had an ability for everything Twisty was throwing out. Eventually, Twisty got tired. He said, "I'm putting this one in," and you know, one big KO later. I do think that like Luke is just doing so much right now, so much damage, and is, like you said, so in control here. Is just not flinching, not breaking for even a second, and it's really making the Dog's life just complete hell. Now Twisty down, and like this could be it. Although counter KO, one barrier down, traded. Nikki has a flip, could be able to get something really big in this power play, but so far just kind of waiting for Twisty to come back.
Twisty already back, but there is another KO onto Nikki here. 3Z Breezy finding these dash punches very effectively in these last couple sets. A lot of power plays for Bomba, but this time we'll see if they can confirm it as Twisty 1v2ing a little bit on the front, finds a bit of an evade, avoiding the dash punch and getting that barrier as well. Well played to Twisty on the Kazan. As 3Z Breezy finding the last barrier. Weston needs to lock in here as 3Z Breezy looking for the kill. Finds it in the back of the net. It's going to be another power play. The goalie is gone. Weston is gone. Can they defend forwards in the net? Or will they be heroes of the game? Because this is match point here, or rather game point for the first one. But 3Z Breezy, all it takes is a strike on the bottom side to take it to the top corner. And that's going to be first game going to Bomba.
Yeah, some great defense coming out from Nikki and Twisty there, holding on while Weston was coming back, but just not quite enough. There's only so much you can do in that situation. So it's going to be Bomba slam dunk in game one. I mean, it's like you said, they outscaled. The Finny just got everything, literally everything. And yeah, I feel like Threezy was in brawler heaven. He had Juno funneling him the ball all the time, and Finny just cranking the damage numbers so everyone was a free dash punch. Like, it's 8 goals, 8 KOs, 23 orbs, living the dream.
Like I said, I would love to be 3Z Breezy right now. That sounds like that almost makes me want to come back playing the game, because when you get a good brawler game, ooh, there's not a better game feeling, like competitive multiplayer video game feeling than that I have found since I've retired from this game. So miss it a little bit, but I love to relive it watching Bomba play right here. Let's take a look at the redirects. Luke putting in a shift today, as he was just one-on-one with Twisty the whole game, and for the most part, I mean, was winning it over and over again. Twisty, wasn't necessarily even playing bad or anything. A lot of hook strikes, putting in a lot of, wrenches in Luke's plan, but Luke just read every single one of them for the most part. So, I mean, really all across the board, well played for Bomba. And Dogs, they started to come around towards the end. They found a couple plays. They were finding some KOs, getting the barriers, but it was just too little too late. They couldn't figure it out after that second set.
Yeah, they had a really strong opening showing, but could not grasp what they needed to finish out the game. And Bomba had the exact opposite. They were able to just take a quick set to figure themselves out, kind of vibe it out, and then just start crushing it. And like you said, Luke just rolling up the sleeves, getting to work. It was vicious. But we should be starting draft soon, going to Clarion Test Chamber, and I think that's going to be very interesting. I feel like Bomba saw a lot of success on Demon Deus because of the Finny, and just being able to have all these tight corners to force difficult situations with the secondary, with the ult, etc. And Clarion is kind of the same story. So I wonder what dogs are going to be doing to try and react to this. You know, bring a little bit of a change so that they don't just get stomped out like this.
Well, they have a different map to do it. They have the Clarion test chamber, which they did fairly good on last week. So, I mean, I think that's a good start, right? I mean, Quick Strike Siege Machine. That's an interesting one. I'm not a big fan of the Quick Strike start. I'm looking here in the match chat too. I'll do a little leaking for the audience. I mean, not happy campers in here, but hey, you got to play with what you're given in Bestie in slot North American Strikers League. So we'll have to see where this leads. I mean, some cool little things you can do with the strike shot. Maybe we'll see creation characters. Ooh, very cool, right? So maybe,
Ooh.
maybe some things we can do here. I mean, the absolute it's almost a best start for Dubu Forward if you think about it. It's not the best map for Dubu Forward, but I would make it work. So let's see if one of them does that. I don't think they will. But I'm just praying for something entertaining here because that last game, while entertaining and a bit of a clinic they were putting on, I mean, we love seeing close games here, right, Yoshi?
Oh, absolutely. Show me the set five. Let's make it interesting. I would love to see a Dubu forward. Like you're saying, hey, I'm looking at the quick strike. I'm looking at a big X band coming through from dogs. That makes sense. Well, yeah, I think that makes sense. I don't think Twisty wants to play the X, which means that they're just getting rid of it on blue side. Otherwise, like
Sure.
obviously it's a good first pick, but if your team's not comfortable with that, just get that guy out of here. Quick strike start, not wanting to mess with all that. But in the meantime, it looks like a first pick Estelle is coming through. Probably just gonna be the Estelle goalie again, if I had to guess.
Yeah, the Estelle getting picked up by a dog, and the Atlas and the Juno getting picked up for Bomba. Interesting picks there. The Juno worked very well last time, so it makes sense. And Luke definitely has an Atlas. I haven't seen it in a bit, but also I haven't watched in a bit, so I'm excited to see that yet again. But saving the brawler for last, it looks like I'm assuming they're probably going to go. Dog at least is probably going to go similar to they did last game. It's a bit better on Clarion than it is on Demon Days with the Kazan Amy, but they haven't picked it yet, so we'll have to see. There's the Kazan actually getting picked up now, and we'll have to see what their last pick is. But what are your thoughts? Besides maybe Amy, what other thoughts do you think they'll go? Oh, never mind. Don't even have to think long. It's a Kai.
Hello, Kai. I really like Kazan and Kai on Quick Strike Start. I think those are both great picks. I'm expecting some immaculate gliding from the Nikki Menelin Kai.
Yeah.
I I think I think it'll be exciting. And again, like Kazan Quick Strike, I think it sounds better than it actually is, but being able to get more of those disgusting closed form strikes, just just poke through some people, is always going to be valuable. I think Bomba's comp is being rounded out with an Asher, and I think Estelle Asher is such a strong forward duo. I really love it. Estelle has so much presence on the map, and Asher, well, doesn't. But you get to sit on the enemy goalie as Asher and get to work. Let your Estelle control the midfield, and I think they have a lot of synergy together. They really cover each other's weaknesses. So if I'm dogs, I'm worried about the Estelle goalie into Asher brawler matchup. That's looking a little stinky.
Yeah, I had to shake my head when that Asher got locked in. I mean, I understand why. You gotta go for the win. You gotta do all that. I would never do that to you guys in the audience. I mean, I would never play this comp, just so you guys know. But it's all right. It's all cool. We get to see if maybe dogs will punish them. Maybe dogs will punish the cringe Atlas Asher Juno. I mean, in all fairness, let's be real here. It's not their fault. They're playing the Awakenings. These Awakenings aren't really, like Threezy Breezy in the chat is saying, let me Clark. There's no clarting to be had with a quick strikes on a quick strike start. That's just not happening, right? So we'll have to see what can happen as a bit of a more, I guess, core control less explosive in terms of, well, maybe not less explosive. Kai can be quite explosive with that explosive pace, right, at the secondary. But first barrier going over already to Bomba as they're starting off this game.
Yeah, I mean, off rip, we're seeing the Asher get grimy, and we're seeing Twisty, unfortunately, has to play level 1 Kazan for a little bit, and is just getting It's just getting rocked. I mean, this variant with the goo zones is one team's guaranteed to just always be struggling to stay alive, and 3Z going to be winning a big strike war. It is just Asher by default bigger than the average character. It's going to be a lot easier to be winning those, and putting that in one quick point for the Bombardiers. I do think that map favors them a lot. I think they're going to be, their characters have bigger health bars, plain and simple. And so it's going to be a lot easier to manage.
Honestly, without Awakenings, I think they kind of are better on all these maps at the current moment. Their comp just seems to be a bit better right now in the current state of the game. Doesn't mean that dogs can't get better with a couple Awakenings, a couple wins here and there, right? As we've seen, both barriers go down. It's a great start as the Kazan is starting to game a bit on this Atlas. I think Kazan into Atlas is a very good matchup on its own, but the problem is that the Juno is never going to let that happen, right? The Juno is just going to stand there and make your life miserable, and 3Z Breezy has no problem on this Asher, just putting it right to him on against Weston on this Estelle as 3Z Breezy wins the flip over on that top side, but not going to be doing too much with it. As the evasives are coming through, the bounce house, the barn is starting to take its toll on these players as Nikki does not quite have the strike back up in time, and 3Z Breezy puts it in on the bottom side. This first set might be over a little quickly.
Yeah, that was some good awareness from 3Z, able to put it in after seeing Nikki strike early, and even on quick strike start, not able to catch it fast enough. That's going to be a barrier down, unfortunately, and yeah, I'm right there with you. I think the Bombardiers comp is just, it's very fries in the bag, but sometimes you gotta go.
Oh yeah,
you're ready to eat your order. And I think what I really want to see, I think the big value of Kai midfield is that that's a character that can really 1v9. You get fast enough and you're just everywhere at once. You are a constant threat, and the only real way to deal with it is it's kill that guy. And so if we've been seeing a lot of the damage being focused on Twisty, then having a little bit of trouble the past 2 points staying alive, which means that in theory Nikki should have a lot of space to work with. And so it'll take a little bit, set one, you know, we're revving up, but I think there's potential there. I think that's their out, is just some really efficient Kai gameplay to get them out, because otherwise like I don't know, man, it's Kazan, his health bar is so small. He's just like 2 hits and he's limping his way to the barrier. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think Kazan, great goal, by the way, on that bottom side, flipping to bottom. Just, you know, a little bit of a clinical shot there, but this game's going to rely heavily on Nikki. 100%, as you were saying, I can agree. The Kai is going to have to do a lot of the heavy lifting, and has a decent matchup against the Juno for it, in my opinion. The Asher's not really going to be contesting Nikki all too much, I think, compared to at least like a Zentaro or Juliet or something like that who can kill. But oh my goodness, 3Z Breezy finds the kill anyway, but this time it's going to be on to Twisty. The Kazan, like you said, the small health bar, and I don't even think it mattered that time, just the closeness to the wall there. You got a little bit too close to the sun, and 3Z Breezy has completely punished it, but Weston doing a great job on defense, just keeping it down for now. But because of all that pressure, Nikki had to take so much damage in order to keep the core safe, and now goes down. So it's going to be Twisty and Weston all alone in the net. We'll have to see if they can do anything, but oh my goodness, a beautiful slime play. Pass onto the bottom side. That's going to be the first set going over to Bomba.
Yeah, just some beautiful ball movement coming out of Bomba. What you'd expect from these players who have been playing for as long as they have. And getting into this draft, I mean, I peeled on bulk up. If anyone on dogs, I guess Weston, it'd be fine, be mid, but like bulk up right there. I didn't even see Peak. Peak also a big deny, also going to be great for a Reptile. There are so many Stagger Awakenings, and I'm just not paying that much attention, I guess. But that's going to be Reptile Remedy on Nikki, super valuable. I would have loved to see a bulk up on Kazan. You know, might I be brave and say that sounds pretty good, but left with the aerials instead, which is pretty risky.
Giga Chad. It's a Giga Chad, but there's nothing else you can play. But look at that dash range. Come on now. I loved playing a little bit of Super Surge. A little bit of Super Surge Kazan back in the day. The extra range is pretty fun. So we'll have to see if Twisty can make some plays with it. It's a little bit difficult, but we'll have to see. 3Z Breezy also actually got range with that Super Surge, so got the dash training. The Asher, it's not quite as far forward, but there you go. It actually shows a little bit right there. Twisty getting that barrier because of the dash awakening, I'm fairly certain, and then finds a shot on the bottom side. That's a lot better of a start for Dog.
Yeah, beast mode and crazy aerials value. I really love the Dash Awakening on the open secondary. You just have so much control. Your area of influence really explodes. I feel like that's a lot of value for repositioning, which might not need to come into play super often if Nikki is able to, now again, just get a lot of coverage. But right now it's an Asher point. Sorry, 16 seconds of Asher. We're gonna be. I don't want to talk about that. We're gonna be going next.
I mean, that was actually kind of a good goal. Plays it upwards and then blocks the core so the strike shot can't even hit the core. Weston really had pretty much no options there other than walking forward and just winning that strike board to begin with. So definitely well done from 3Z. Knowing how to play the character, you know, as boring as I might think it is, till near perfection, I would say, as the dash punch, not quite near perfection, almost going away, but great dodge from Nikki there, barely avoiding it, but it doesn't even matter as the pressure from the Juno and just the keeping the core forward. I mean, the pressure from the Atlas and the Juno, the core is staying forward permanently. In 3Z, it doesn't matter if he misses an ability or two. He's just always going to be able to be there when it counts as Luke finds a flip on the top side. Twisty, almost, you know, a little bit of a dangerous area there for Bomba, but it's going to be saved for now as 3Z Breezy is putting that core flip right on the net. But no, it's going to be stopped away by Nikki, I believe, on that one, as Weston is able to stay healthy. No energy, though, as, oh my god, it's just, there's so much talking I can do, Yoshi, but it's only a matter of time when you're keeping the core up that far for Weston to not have an ability. And there you go, caught without an ability. 3Z Breezy just puts it in with a secondary. I mean, it's just, the comp is just so much better, in my opinion.
Yeah, we're seeing a pretty textbook game. It's just the ball is always on the dog side, so eventually the Estelle is just going to run out of abilities, getting suffocated. We're seeing a lot of good, many good strike shots coming out from Luke, helping to keep the ball up, but it really is Shape just controlling the midfield on the Juno, able to always keep the ball up, never a big threat, is now dead.
What?
Has now been put away. So this is looking like a big dog's opportunity. That's going to be one barrier, and it's looking like a second. They might be able to get something here.
May be able to get a goal here. They need this point, I mean, for obvious reasons, as if it goes over to Bomba, going up 2 or 0-2, I guess, for dogs in sets is not really a good move on Clarion Corp, especially since the stagger is all gone. So there's not too much more scaling you want them to have, but oh no, they have absolutely no choice but to let it happen as they just have a beautiful passing spree there. 3Z Breezy and Shapeshifting just between each other over and over again until the Asher had the abilities to put it in and just finds the KO as well, gets that extra XP, and now gets first pick in the draft. Well played.
Yeah, and here I'm looking at Heavy Impact. We could see an Inner Focus, but I think Heavy Impact is going to be a nice deny. See Twisty hovering in, actually going to be getting it. That's a lot of CDR. It's going to be a lot of damage, and yeah. I think that picking the Kazan, there's always the option to just give up and start hitting people, and no shame in
That's
that.
What I would do.
Yeah, sometimes you got to get your hands dirty, and I think really the intention of the character. That does mean that, that's a hotshot Juno right there, and I think that was Bombadier's gambit, is not denying anything from Twisty, baiting her into picking the Heavy Impact to let the hotshot go through. Because like you don't want to pick hotshot on Kazan, but sometimes you got to deny it. Sometimes you got to suck it up and deny it. But you give exactly what they want, and it worked out really well. Not that point. We're actually seeing a dog's masterclass at that point. So yeah, not the draft part.
Worked out great for dogs, right, at that point, as we see a little bit of a tee up, that hook into the piercing shot. As dogs, they have a little bit more life into them. The extra special, a bit more cooldown for Weston's not going to hurt. And the Among Titans for the Kai, you know, a little extra speed and giving a little extra size to the Kazan. It's not nothing. I think they definitely got something there. It's still not going to fix their issues in terms of the comp, but I think it might give them maybe a little bit more power just to find these good plays a little bit easier. But oh my goodness, the good plays are coming out from the wrong side as it looks like Shapeshifting finds the cut on that pass, puts it in the top side. Nikki Minolin just got played.
Yeah, a risky pass, unfortunately, just getting punished right there. And that's going to be that. I do agree with what you're saying, though. I think the dogs got a lot of stats that draft. And that's really what they want, because I feel like they're kind of behind in numbers generally based on comp. Like Asher is a numbers character. I don't know if Juno is, but Juno's an annoying character, so you know what
Juno's an everything character.
Juno has a lot going on, but that is one barrier at the cost of Twisty's life, unfortunately. It's going to be tough to defend, but if they're able to get any semblance of offense, this might be a good point for the dogs. Hold.
We'll have to see as the pass is being cut, but no, it cannot get put in the back of the net. Dogs do indeed defend, but Twisty at the cost of her entire health bar nearly. Has time to heal, and an orb is spawning, so the Kazan should be good for now, but no, Twisty going right back into the fray at 1 HP and 0 energy. Needs to be a bit careful, but the KO is not being hunted quite yet, as Threezy Breezy wants this goal as the Ash rolled into the slimes, and then the Atlas is walking up on the other side. They're hunting for this one, Yoshi, as Threezy Breezy finds the middle bounce, and that's textbook right there for the Clarion Court map, puts it in that top side, and this is now series point.
Yeah, just a beautiful shot. One of those ones that you just love to remember. Like, you see it, this is my moment kind of thing, and we're just seeing these. They're almost both getting smoked in an instant. This could be a quick final point right here.
It could be, as Threezy Breezy wants to put it away on the barn as Luke finds the core flip, trying to get it forward, and the Juno has another core flip as well, starting to put it in towards the back of the net. There's the core flip, there's the kill, but no, it gets denied from Nikki Middle in a heroic save, but is it going to matter? No, because the pass to Threezy Breezy is all that it takes to close it on the top side. It's going to be Bomba taking a convincing 2-0.
Yep, very, very clean coming out from Bomba. Just get in, get out, get what they want. They had a very, very comfortable comp for the Awakening start, and it's just an out-of-the-box great comp.
Yeah.
One of those, like, you're just going to be firing off on all cylinders frame one. Any Awakenings you pick up are just bonus kind of thing, and that's what we saw.
Yeah, I mean, bit of a textbook there. I mean, just a well-done draft. Like I said, I complained a little bit about it early, but it wasn't because it was bad. It's because it was boring. And boring, they don't care because they found the plays they needed. The Juno put in the work on both games there. Well done to Shapeshifting, just keeping that core controlled 100% of the time, and Threezy Breezy putting it in. And we didn't really talk about Luke all that much, but it really was because there wasn't a whole lot for Luke to do in these games. Twisty was putting in a bit of pressure, but was getting taken off the map on this low-health Kazan so often and on both of these games that Luke didn't really have to do all that much. The heavy lifting was just kind of done by the forwards.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the Juno both games is really interesting. Not a character that's considered abundantly phenomenal, but here we've been seeing the pick rate tick up more and more as the season's gone on, and I know the Shape has been picking it a lot, and obviously for good reason. It performed really well. So I wonder if there's more to explore there, but in the meantime, I believe that's everything we have here. All the games done and dusted. Should be a post show. But with that being said, Borg, anything you want to leave the people with?
Hey, quick in and out there. Love casting with Yoshi. I love Cast coming in for the last game, for the second week in a row. This is the most I've casted OS in about a year, so this feels great so far, and it's only been 2 series, so hoping to keep coming back every week. Loving to see these teams playing over and over, and thank you everyone for watching. But stick around for the post show. Yoshi, you have anything else to say as well?
Nope, I'm good. I'm leaning back. I'm gonna watch the post show.
There you go.
Get in the chat, etc. I look forward to it. Bye.
All right, see you guys.
Welcome back, everyone, to the North American Strikers League. We just finished season 6, which means we're officially 2/3 of the way done with our 7th season. We're coming up on the 3rd anniversary of NASL, which is crazy to think about. I'm joined today by the various winners that we had. We have Milkman, we have 3Z, we have Grumella, and we have Carmine Uniclear. Let's start with Mr. Carmine. Carmine, you guys are flying high. Only dropped one series the entire season, one of the 2 teams remaining that is 5-1. Tell me about why you've had such a strong start as a fresh new team in the league.
Low key. Let's see. High key, we were playing like Inkies and Gates. No teams are good at that map. You know what I mean? Type shit.
I do.
So like we
I
just
do.
win those games,
Yeah.
easy peasy. You know.
No, I get it. I really get it, actually. I really get how you guys play those maps. That was our strategy. We just do the same thing, and then you guys just squeaked it out from us.
You all-10 bastards, man! Like
Dude,
we're been through. Holy
one
shit.
day we'll get there.
I have to thank the vibes as well. Vibes are a huge part. I think after Demon Time we were feeling a little low after the loss, but Appabug gave me and Fresh and Tempo some advice on that, and I think we've been very consistent. You know, I'm
Shout
looking
out
forward
Appabug,
to
man.
the rest of the season.
AP Buggy, lol. What a beast. Helping out his opponents. Let's talk about someone who lives in the same area as the Bugster, which is Grimella, #Westies. How did it
Yes.
feel to be playing with obscure breads and NASL after years?
It was fun. The vibes were pretty good today, win or lose. I mean, I died 40,000 times.
This is true.
So all I could do was laugh about it. It's also, I'm having a bit of a flu game today. I've been sick the past couple days. So I'm happy that we're able to win and that my week doesn't just completely suck. But yeah, Breads
Nah.
is as good as always. When he went to Bozo Bunch, he kind of, I think, discovered himself a little more than when I was holding him back, and then now we've reunited, and he's able to fly, and I'm able to
He's
fly a little
discovered
bit, and
himself.
so we had a good
You've won an
time.
S tier. A little bit of this and that.
Yeah,
The
over that
reunition.
guy.
Yeah, that's facts. And obviously, you were never losing day after your banger warm up that you had. So
No, we
was
did.
never gonna lose.
The VOD of that warm up is still up if anybody wants to watch it.
Yeah, you can watch Josh do some terrorist things. So it's really cool. All right. Speaking of the third member of the soon to be strikers, 3Z Breezy kind of put it in the dogs day a little bit. 3Z Breezy Juliet style. So going into the last third of the season, Bombardier is sitting at a 3-3 record right now? Question mark. You can correct me if I'm wrong. 4-2. Okay, 4-2 with honestly one of those losses being a double sub week. How do you feel about your chances for being a title contender going into the last part of the season?
Go ahead, Ryan.
That's awesome.
Oh, I'm taking it.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, my
All right,
bad.
Ryan.
I guess
my
it's
bad
me.
too.
I missed the cue on 3Z Breezy.
No, I
Let me
said
take it.
3Z. Yeah, that's our fault if we're being honest. All good. Go for it.
I don't remember the question. Oh, how do you feel about our championship? Something about championship. Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys look like contenders.
Yeah.
No, I mean I feel really good. I feel like I'm playing really good. I feel like every week we show up and we take care of business. And I feel like right now, I feel like I'm the best midfielder that isn't Mexican. So it's feeling real good.
That's true. And your only loss is to Rats as a starting trio, which is no bad loss at all. That's the number one team in the league right now by standings.
Yeah,
so
and we took them set 5.5, I think, both of those games. So they were pretty close
They were
series.
close.
That was
That's
a
true.
close series. So
that was a close series. Last but not least, we have Mr. Milkman himself on HMG. HMG, bring up the receipts. I'm going to say it every week. I've been the number one HMG believer since before the season even started. Now with Snake, the team looks really scary. What's it been like adding him into the fold, Mr. Trevor, and how has that affected how you're playing goalie this season?
It's been really fun. I'm not gonna lie. The vibes are immaculate with Snake. At first, he was kind of in his shell, but now that he's been playing with us for a few weeks, oh boy, it's so fun with him. It's really pushed me to get out of my net. I'm no longer a lock it down goalie. as you saw today, I played Vice.
It's
And I'm
beautiful.
pretty sure nobody expected that. But I got in there. They really encouraged me to do that. And it's always fun playing with these guys.
Love that. And I love the Vice. I mean, everyone knows Vice near and dear to my heart, even though I haven't picked it yet this season. Always be my Pookie Sunshine pick. Love that character. So before we end today, I want everyone to go around and I want them to pick one person in their role that they think should win an all-pro nomination this season. So I should hear at least one midfield goalie and brawler pick. And I want you to pick someone that you may not think everyone would agree with. I would like that to be like, if, for example, your midfield, like, I don't want to really hear someone say Kaine, for example. So let's just start with Trevor. Who would you nominate as one of your 3 pro goalie votes? Because that vote's coming up shortly.
I would say Zoro, because he's been playing like a beast lately.
True. That's facts.
Yeah.
The standings be damned. That guy is putting in major work every week, so I'm glad you said that. How about you, Threezy?
That's tough. I love all my brawlers. I mean, Tempo Melon should definitely. I mean, tied for first place. I mean, that's kind of an obvious one. I originally going into the season, I was like, Tempo Melon's going to be all pro, and then we're living up
Dark
to
Horse
expectations.
now turned
Yeah, exactly.
Musume Ogre Cap. They're no longer a Dark Horse, that's for sure. So I need another pick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many weeks Snake is going to play, but I would say Snake. I'm so glad he's back. It's so fun to watch him.
That's facts.
Low key and XED is playing like a beast every week.
All right.
Despite the record. So there you go.
And that's that. Well done. I have to cut you off because you understand. Okay? Ryan, how about you? Shapeshifting. Give me a midfielder.
Low key, it's really hard. There's 2 specific guys. I'll say one though. I'll say Josh from HMG has been super impressive. Like him picking up Luna has been so big. I mean, that's a backshot boy. So like obviously big shouts to the backshot boys.
Really, really good season. I think he's a big catalyst for HMG's success. I was talking about it earlier today. I've been very, very impressed with his gameplay. How about you, Josh? Other Josh, Grimella.
Yeah, I was also gonna say HMG Josh and then go on about him. I don't know if I should give someone else now because that was taken, but
you can do whatever
if
you want.
I'll say this Stealth Rock guy then. I don't know if he's an obvious pick or not for people. I mean, for me going into the season, he kind of already was. But maybe for other people, because he's role swapped, it's a bit more of a surprise. But I'll say that guy. He's the only guy that makes Juno look playable. And I know he's the engine of that team. And then Threezy's the spark lighter. And the 2 of them are doing amazing things in tandem. So I'll say Stealth Rock.
All right, last but not least, Carmine.
Yeah, for me, it's got to be like a toss up between Josh or HMG Josh and Mr. Stealth Rockington. I think Josh has been playing really fast paced. Like I'm gonna win every interaction and just score. Like midfielding, it's really cool to see. Shape is like very solid defensive, like fucking powerhouse. Love to see it. I think I'm gonna have to give it to HMG Josh. I think he's been playing exceptional like this entire season. So yeah, I'm gonna pull him up there.
Let's go. And lots of HMG stocks are up, and no reason they shouldn't be after coming off of a big Demon Time win. It's a big win for rookie team HMG. Really happy to see a lot of the rookie teams having really solid plays. That's going to be it for us today on the NASL Post Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Shout out to our staff. Shout out to also Streak, who just went out of his way to make a drafter website that just got used today. And thank you to our refs who've been putting in a lot of work. So that's it from us. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next week. Adios.
Thanks for watching, Mom. Love you.